Keep going. Wake up.
Alice? Waking up in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
The Doan was fed?
Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartmann. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
I mean, he does look kind of like a douchebag. And like all of us know, you should never trust douchebags. So, that's one of the traps that I'm talking about, down power lines. I will be allowing
The gas station was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there.
I will be allowing myself to use things like down power lines, gas tanks, etc.
Damn.
In order to kill enemies, as, I mean, environmental is still environmental kills. And honestly, they're real fun trying to finagle enemies into them sometimes. Aside from that, we'll see if this is going to end up being a half straightforward playthrough or not.
Hello?
Anything back here? No? Okay. There's a light, though.
Hello? Is someone there?
And some pages.
The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
So, I will collect as many of these manuscript pages as I can. However, I am not going to show them on screen until after the playthrough, because there are a metric ass ton of spoilers in them.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Hello, waterfalls.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
Maybe. Maybe not. Manuscript page. Which, once again, I'm not going to be hitting F5 to read it, just because it, these things have, like I said, a lot of spoilers in them. Alright, nothing back here. And as I did say, I don't know where every last manuscript page is, nor am I really going to go out of my way to look for them. Same goes with the coffee. I have interacted with already all of the radios and TVs. They're pretty straightforward to find.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
When it comes to kills with V...
Hey, you! Fail! There's been an accident. I need help.
Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in
Oh, hell.
Carl Stucky. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square. And square.
Vehicle kills. I will be allowed to use them because there's pretty much a few places that it's impossible to avoid killing enemies with a vehicle. I'll try to avoid it as long as I can, but inevitably it's just gonna have to happen.
It's the latest thing!
I had to figure a way out of this. Any second now, and Stucky would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
Sponsored by Energizer. Hashtag not sponsored. Don't forget to turn around and grab these batteries, even though I'm really not going to have much use for them.
I wasn't about to open the door, as long as I was liable to catch an axe with my forehead.
So I'm going to utilize the classic, allow the flashlight to just recharge.
During your recommend trying woken. It's the latest thing. Incontestably proven health benefits. Let you kill two birds with one stone. You can see the sights and keep those cholesterol levels down at the same time.
Yes.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station. How may I...
Hello? Hello?
Well, that's just rude.
This is bad.
Make sure you actually get out of there, by the way, because you will die if you decide to write it down. So, this counts as an environmental trap. As a
The
result,
bulldozer had gone over the cliff with the office. I hoped Stucky had suffered the same fate, but I wasn't planning on staying to find out.
if I can lure enemies into it, I am allowing myself to lure enemies into it.
There were more of them.
Wrong button.
My head pounded with the concussion. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick.
So, keep an eye out for these things. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a yellow arrow illuminated by your light. And following them, we can find a hidden stash. Which this one, unfortunately, has a weapon.
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Unfortunately, has a weapon that I am not allowing myself to use at this particular point in time. Can I take the chainsaw? Go all James Sunderland on
The
these
dark
bitches?
forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
It's rabbit season!
Not that bad. So we got a little swinging power line here that I could have technically pulled the dude into, or lured him into it. I also got a manuscript up here. That is one I have already collected. I have collected a lot of the manuscripts, not all of them, as this is the first time I'm playing through Nightmare difficulty on the PC port of this. I'll still be going through and collecting as many things as I can find. Anyways.
What the hell was that?
Nothing good, I assume.
When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
Gotta be careful when looking around, because there are just some odd lighting shaders. But do take a good look around, because you never know what you'll find. Including a manuscript page, which I've already collected, but I'm still going to collect that one anyways, just because I'm already here.
That's where I go! I want something special to eat!
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Grab the ammo, grab the bats, make sure the gun's filled, grab the script, which is a new one. It is worth noting, by the way, that it is impossible to collect all of the manuscript pages on your first playthrough, as you don't even unlock Nightmare difficulty until you beat normal mode. And there are a lot of manuscript pages which are locked behind Nightmare difficulty. That's another little trick that I picked up over the time playing. If you got a enemy that's already de-shrouded, if you just tap the button to focus on them, it'll stagger them. And you don't need anything more than just a boop. Like, that is enough to stagger. Gives you enough time, buys you some decent time to reload and shit. Caution. Proceed at your own risk. Logging area ahead. Let me rearrange myself. That's better. Reload. 15 minutes.
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way.
We'll make our way up some other way in just a minute. Filled up on revolver ammo, so I'll need to remember to pick that up on my way out. By the way, this is a very ambiance-laden game. Honestly, if you ever have a chance to play it and you haven't already, I highly recommend going out of your way to pick it up. Like, even if you only get it on sale, I still recommend picking it up, manuscript page, as, I mean, this is just a atmosphere thick game. We got 3.
With all this forestry equipment around, there had to be something I could use to reach the top.
That solved had problems. Grab the manuscript. Grab the shotgun, even though I'm not allowing myself to use it. And no, the light switch cannot be flipped on. Can, however, turn on the generator. Before I boop that, let's grab this. Always good to stay topped up on ammo. And there we go. We've now got a way across. Wish you could hold shift to go up the ladder quicker. Well, we're just about at the end of the first chapter here. So with that, we will continue until the end of it.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like the forest is quietly breathing along with you. As you listeners know, I'm a night owl, and it's on nights like this I wish I wasn't cooped up in the studio. Makes an old man like me wish I could just roam wild. But here I am, and who'd keep you company all night long if I weren't? It looks like I'm not the only one staying up late. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Pat, it's Maurice Horton.
Hello, Maurice. What are you up to?
Well, I was just taking Toby on his walkies.
Oh, isn't it beautiful out there?
Sure, but Pat, the reason I called is that Toby heard something rustling in the undergrowth and took off after it, and I couldn't find it.
Probably a rabbit.
Sure. Toby loves rabbits.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I figured that, if anyone runs into Toby, they could grab him. My number's on his collar.
And Toby's a friendly dog?
Toby loves people. Usually he comes back, but we were pretty far from home, and it sounds like he went pretty wild there. Great dog, but he's come for his own good.
Well, Maurice, it's out there now. Hope Toby comes home soon.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
You have a good night now.
Remember, kids, love your pets, cherish them, and keep an eye out for paint revealed by light. Another flare gun ammo that I'm not allowed to use. Manuscript. Actually, I think it is still a little bit further away, so we'll go on and call this one here.